This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Condor from Loyal Subjects M.A.S.K line of toys. This was, of course, licensed to the Loyal Subjects by Hasbro, and I believe they're doing a pretty decent job replicating the original toy packaging. However, I'm sure Retro Toy Escapades can give you a much better one since he seems to have all the old boxes too, and I don't. And they even have the Kenner logo on this thing, if you see it there. That was kind of surprising, at least to me. The box does have multiple languages on it. Looks like it's English, Spanish, and French. And our Condor is a motorcycle that turns into a helicopter with Brad Turner pilot. On the top, we just see kind of how it sort of transforms, which is really easy on this one. On the side, we see the spinning rotors, and we see the dual lasers hidden by the skids. On the other side, we see the use of the blast effects for the front and back of the bike. And finally, on the back here, it appears that we are just given product renders because those do not look like actual toys to me. I think they are just the renders. Again, telling us about the rotating blades, the blast effect, and the smoke effect, and of course, his dual masks shown there. I am going to straight out say that I do hope that we did not have to put the stickers on this one, but then again, they'd probably be a lot easier on this than in previous toys that I've done recently. So let's go ahead and open this up. I am kind of curious. Oh, well, that's different. The sides don't open. It's the top and the bottom that open on this thing. So we'll just cut this down here. And let's see how it's packaged. This is what I've been kind of curious about. Because as you might recall, I think the M.A.S.K figures in the 80s were like, had a bunch of cardboard and stuff. I don't think they used styrofoam like we used to see with like Transformers. No, they got a nice friendly plastic thing there. And we do have stickers. This is actually a pretty well designed bit of packaging too when you get right down to it. They even packaged the smoke effect in place. I don't know what to say about that one. I don't know if that's genius or just kind of silly. But we have Brad Turner with both of his masks. As we've heard before, Brad Turner's mask here was designed for later things. Which is interesting because they didn't put the holes in the top that I believe this one had. But yeah, the mask originally, designed like this, I guess they considered it a choking hazard, so they added some additional holes in there, and then they also added more of this to help hold it in place better. The blast effect is built into this mask, showing what it does. Then we got his plain mask here. I'm going to say they may have just a little too faithfully recreated some of this stuff because he does not have any additional articulation. Just we have this rotation at the head. Oh, well, the arms do come out, so that is an actual addition. We got a spin here for here, so we can spin and go out, so there is that additional articulation. No waist swivel. The leg can go out and up. So they used ball joints, where I believe they did not do that in the previous versions. And the knee bends at 90. He does have little holes there. So that is our Brad Turner figure. Get that out of the way. Let's take a look at the Condor itself. Here's the motorcycle mode. I have not put anything on here yet. Stickers would go there. The wheels do appear to be pinned on. Rolls pretty nicely as a motorcycle with that in there to the kickstand, which can both help hold the motorcycle up, and it also acts as part of the landing gear. So in order to transform this, oh, that's interesting. I thought that was supposed to be down. Huh. I do believe something is wrong with this toy already. This thing here should be down in the bottom when it's in motorcycle mode. You guys see what that I'm talking about there? Now, if we look back here, if I push down on that, you can see that that is moving. But for some reason, whatever is supposed to be in here pushing that up is not pushing it up like it should. So, okay, there we go. So this thing was not fully in position when it came out of the package. So now it's in position like it's supposed to be. All right, so the transformation of this bike into a helicopter. That flips like that. You pop the wings out. The propeller blades, maybe. Like that. This goes back, pull that there. And now that thing's up in place where it's supposed to be. Huh. This part does not appear to lock into place at all, though. Neither does this thing. It feels like that's down a little further than it should be. The propeller does spin. And of course, we can fit our figure in here. Well, put them in here first and then flip this up, maybe. You know what? I bet you if Makina gets to this, they're going to do a much better job because this guy is not sitting in here very well at all. Because his feet are down here. I mean, unless they're supposed to go all the way in that, and I don't think they are. So, yeah. Come on, spin. Let's go flip this back to motorcycle mode real quick. Let's see if that improves any of this. Because now we have him sitting in here. About like that. All right, you guys see that? Then if we... Oh, that sounded awful. Yeah, he's... It doesn't feel very good. So before we do anything with the stickers, though, I want to bring out this. The original version from the 80s. And let's just take a quick look at them. Some of the detailing is different. We got some extra paint there. That's also designed a bit differently. The wheels appear to be about the same. The pegs are a different design too. Or are they? No. Okay, so it's not so much that the pegs are different. It's that they're just slid in there in the different sides of it. So this is our new one. This is our old one. You see that Brad's in there just like fine right there. Flips up. Oh, look at that. He does not have a hole in the bottom of his. There is also extra detailing in the engine area on the new one too. I want to mention that, and some new detailing there. Now this one doesn't lock in place well, but it does actually kind of lock in place. See, there's nothing stopping it there. It's all friction. This has some kind of a tab in there. But here we've got the sides on both of them. Now it does look like the helicopter back wheel is sitting in the same spot, so my complaint on that one is unnecessary. But let's actually take a good comparison of the two figures as well while we're at it. First, we'll start by taking the head off. The proportions are definitely different. The design is roughly the same, But yeah, as you can see, we got a more, I guess, maybe natural looking body, except for those legs are like super ridiculously long compared to the old one. And he is a little bit taller, but not by much. They tried to do the paint apps in around the same areas. Obviously, on my old one, the some of the paint is coming off. And they got different hair color. And like I said, their heads are different sizes. Or did I say that? Back. I'm just gonna say the new one's got a better looking ass. The old one looks like he's wearing a diaper, but that's also because these guys only had spin in the front and spin in the front on the legs and arms, whereupon we do have a little bit out and forward, out and forward. So there is a little additional articulation there. Unfortunately, it's sad that they did not give us a waist swivel, especially since almost every one of these characters have a belt, so they could have done that. And it would have been kind of nice too. Like, well, I'm complaining. Why not? If they'd given us some elbow articulation. Like, I'm not expecting the full G.I. Joe classified treatment or even the full O-ring treatment with these guys, but it would have been really cool to have had some of that additional articulation, you know? As far as the masks go, the newer mask is a firmer plastic than the old one is. It's also very streamlined compared to the old one. I'll have to try to put some pictures up while doing this too, you know? But yeah, very streamlined. I need to watch the cartoon again. The back, the only thing they really seem to have missed is that they didn't put a paint app on the top here. And while maybe I could have thought that was missed on accident, the other mask doesn't have that paint app either. So there is that. So let's get those out of the way because we still have to deal with the stickers. Oh my god, how did I screw up the tape on this? Oh, that's how. Okay. Let's be perfectly honest here. Oh, well, actually, that is kind of interesting. So the mask logo thing should go in there, but they did paint that. There are more instructions on there, a bigger instruction sheet than we get with Transformers at this point. Oh, it looks like you can pull the windshield out if you want, or it comes loose. Yeah, the stickers go in those little brown parts, so there's that. That's a lot of wasted space on the back of that, too. That is a crazy sized instruction thing at this point. All right, so we know where the stickers go, so we will just put them in place. Yeah, okay. I have also managed to misplace that nail file I was using earlier. So let's go ahead and take the sticker off here. We'll use the tweezers, because now we have to fit this in this dark spot, which I don't know if this is supposed to like cover the whole black area. I am actually not sure why they freaking painted that part. And I cannot. I'll see. Does leave a little bit at the end there, so that's annoying. Oh, oh dear. It's too bad I am not left-handed. Okay, I'm just gonna say my hands don't normally shake this much when I try to do stuff. There we go. Got that back in place there. That leaves this upper part, which I was really hoping we could dislodge that windscreen and make it easier to put this in place, but apparently not. So now we gotta try to line this up into here. Okay, so that does look like it's all the way as forward as it will go. But it looks like our sticker is going to end up running off the end a bit. Yeah. This is also why I like that nail file, is because it made pushing the stuff down easier. So we got that sticker in place now. How's that look? And before we forget, again, we do have the one blast effect for the front of the bike, like that. Which, of course, now if we put this back down, you can't put that all the way in place. So there we go. So overall on this figure and vehicle, it's actually a pretty decent update. Like, I have no real complaints about it aside from the kickstand slash back of the landing gear not wanting to stay in place because it doesn't have anything to grab onto. It's just pure friction gripping, it looks like. I like the blast effects added, although you can only use one of them at a time because you can't really have it in motorcycle mode and have the gun in the front going off, which is kind of a shame, but also makes sense. It is a little bit finicky when it comes to trying to put the whole thing together so that that little thing in the front that becomes the blaster does go all the way down. One thing I didn't mention while I was doing this, though, was that they removed the holster from Brad's leg. And it just looks like it might be like a cell phone holder now at this point, but it used to be a gun holster. I think it was a pretty creative way that they added the different masks into this too, since, basically I think the first two waves of mask, they redesigned them. And I have no problem with that. I think they turned out pretty nice the way they did this here, giving you one with an effect and one without the effect. I will probably, honestly, for my display on this one, have him with just the plain mask on, though, without the effect. The real question is, do you display this in the helicopter mode or the bike mode? I mean, so far with the Makina stuff I've been displaying that in their alternate modes. So I might do that with the regular mask ones. I did pick up the Big Bad Toy Store Anniversary version, or whatever the hell they called it, which was the full set of vehicles with the extra T-Bot and Scott included. T-Bob, not T-Bot. T-Bob. So I will be doing those reviews later as well. I need to double check because I think actually I might have all the vehicles from the first wave, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. So we'll have something to compare each one to. But why don't you guys let me know what you guys think of these mask updates, and are you looking forward to seeing some of the future ones? It sounds like Wave 2 is going to have my favorite character, Dusty Hayes, with the Gator. I do kind of hope that they get into some of the later mask vehicles that I never had any kind of hope of getting. But if you enjoyed this look at the Condor, please feel free to smash that like button. And if you'd like to see more of my nonsense in the future, including the rest of the mask reviews, please subscribe. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.